Hello, everyone. This is Oscar from Oscar's Realm, and welcome to 5 Worst Pains You Could Ever Hope to Feel. Now, without pain, there would be a lot more danger to us, as we would not be able to tell when we're causing our bodies harm. But sometimes pain can be a really bad thing, and you will see that in this video. So, here are 5 worst pains you could possibly hope to feel. Let's get started at number 5, which is being killed by a polar bear. Now, polar bears are very scary types of bears. Now, black bears are bears that basically just want to find you and kill you and use you for meat, just like to eat you. They are serious dicks. Brown bears or grizzly bears just try to kill you because you're coming too close to their kids. But polar bears are kind of like scarier black bears. They will pretty much just eat anything, and they will often injure you severely so you can't get away, leave for a while to go try to find other smaller food, and then come back and eat you alive anyway. This would be a horrifying way to die, and someone was killed like this in France, which I talk about in my 10 scariest facts you did not want to know video. Check that out. Number 4 is second-degree burns. Now, you may be watching this and thinking, well, what about third-degree burns? Aren't third-degree burns worse? Well, yes, they are worse, but they are so bad that they actually burn so deep into your body that they go past the nerves, so you actually don't feel it when it's over. Whereas second degree burns are way more painful and literally burn right to your nerve to singe everything from there until the nerve, making you feel everything. This is apparently one of the most painful things you could possibly experience, and some even compare it to road rash in terms of pain because of how horrible it is. And given this picture looks like, I think I believe them. Imagine having something like that actually happen to you. Imagine being burned so bad that everything from the top layer of your skin to your internal nerves are burned beyond recognition. Number 3 is crucifixion. Now, there are so many medieval torture devices that I've talked about on my channel, and this is one of the few I have not talked about yet. But yeah, crucifixion is known for more than just how Jesus died. Crucifixion was used on hundreds, even thousands back in those days. And yeah, it was easily one of the worst ways to die imaginable. It saw someone strung up on a cross, either with their palms being nailed into the cross, or, which is actually even worse, their hands being tied to the cross, resulting in an even slower and more painful death, because instead of death by infection, it would be death by exposure and asphyxiation. Now, crucifixion can often last up to days in terms of how long it takes to die, and you often either die from dehydration, exposure to the sun, overheating, exhaustion from having to lift your entire body up just to breathe, or infection if the nails are go through your hands. Yeah, I think this would be a very painful way to die for anyone, and I think we can all agree on that. Number 2 is Lingshe, or death by 1,000 cuts. Yeah, you heard me. Death by 1,000 cuts. I think we can all agree that sounds very painful, and it is widely regarded as one of the most painful ways to be killed of all time. It is basically just a person is stripped down and precise cuts are made so that the person is skinned and cut up into pieces. But it's methodically exacted to make them alive for the entire thing. And it is solely to make them feel as much pain as possible. Yeah, this sounds very bad, and people actually had to go through this. Imagine. Yeah, imagine literally just being tied up and being slowly cut to pieces by a torturer, and there's nothing you can do. Yeah, this often lasts up to hours, and is sometimes even held in public events. Number one on my list is rat torture. Yeah, this would be a very, very bad way to go. Rat torture was used back in the medieval ages, and it is definitely one of the worst medieval torture methods I can possibly imagine. It basically sees a victim strapped to a table, and because rats were so common back then, why not use them for torture? A rat is then placed on their stomach, and a cage is trapping them from with your stomach and the cage. It basically prevents them from leaving anything but your stomach. And then hot coals are placed on top of the cage, causing the cage to overheat, and the rat gets scared. And the only way to escape, yeah, you guessed it, is to slowly burrow its way through your flesh and internal organs and come out the other side. Yep, death by rat clawing open your skin, inserting itself inside very slowly, and then clawing you apart from the inside while it tries to escape your internal organs. What in the holiest of fucks? Yeah, this is just so over the top and incredibly horrible. I just felt I had to put it at the number one spot because it really does just sound like one of the worst things I can possibly imagine. Like that someone actually thought of this is just insane enough, but that it was like not all that rare back in the medieval ages is very baffling. There's a scene in Game of Thrones where someone has to suffer that, and even though they cut away from it, it was still very disturbing to watch. So, yeah, rat torture makes it to the number one spot for those reasons. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you like this, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.